Now, let go of specific objects. Rest as pure awareness itself. Awareness of something, but awareness in itself. This is the true nature. Consciousness without content, silent, vast, eternal. This is who you really are, the observer observing itself. The awareness, aware of awareness.
Observe the observer. Become aware of the awareness. Observe the observer. Witness the witnesser. Bring yourself to the space of witnessing the witnesser, observing the observer, becoming aware of the awareness. Gently rest in the state. Continue. Be in the space of observing the observer, witnessing the witnesser, becoming aware of your awareness. As pure awareness, not aware of something, but aware of awareness. Silent, vast, eternal. This is who you really are. The observer, observing itself. The awareness, aware of awareness. Just
puja is where we mirror our brains with the powerful neurological activity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who is the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva. Here, in this auspicious moment of space-time, through this puja, we will access the higher vertical time zones. Let us now offer our heartfelt gratitude and devotion to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and all his
वराभयकराम्बुजं विमलगन्धपुष्पाम्बरं प्रसन्नवदनेक्षणं सकलदेवतारूपिणं स्मरेत् शिरसि हंसकं तदभिधानपूर्वं कुर्वन् अथ धूपः ॐ धूरसि धूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वदयोस्मान् धूर्वदितं धूर्वयं वयं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामसि संस्थितमं वप्रदमं जुष्टतमं मन्यतमं देवहूतममृतमसि हविर्दानं त्रिगुंहस्वमाह्वाः मित्रस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षेर्मा संविक्ता मा त्वाहिगं शिशुम् श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः धूपमाग्रापयामि अथ दीपः ॐ उद्दीप्य स्वजातवेदो भग्निं निरृतिं मम पशुभुजमख्यमावह जीवनं च दिशो दिशा मानो हि गुंसीर्जातवेदो रामश्वं पुरुषं जगत् अभिर्व्यदग्नागहि श्रिया मा परिपादया श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्दपयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि नीराजनम् ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्येष्ट्यायतते इमां जनतादुं सङ्ग्रहाणि ते इमां जनतादुं सङ्ग्रहाणि ते द्वादशारत्नेरजना भवति द्वादशमासाः संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुन्धे मौञ्जी भवति ऊर्वैमुञ्जाः ऊर्जमेवावरुन्धे चित्रानक्षत्रं भवति चित्रं वा एतत्कर्म कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि श्री सर्वदेवं नमामि श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षान्धारणप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गल्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् हरि ओम् तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्।
As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva's Dakshinamurti, Veena Dakshinamurti, Yoga Dakshinamurti, Vyakhyana Dakshinamurti, Gurumurti, Ashwarudamurti, Brihaspati and Shukra. I bless you all with Paramadvaita. All the Chit Sabha members, Rajya Sabha members, Kailasa Vasis, Kailasas, e-citizens, and all the devotees, disciples, everyone connected through all the social media, Paramashivam, with the grace of Arunachaleshwara Paramashiva, Arunachaleshwara Karunamurti, we acquired a new property to connect Nithyananda Janmabhoomi and the temple directly. So we are naming that property Nithyananda Veedi. If we buy One more property, it will be directly connected. The Nithyananda Janmabhoomi will be directly connected to temple, main temple. So today we are officially inaugurating that property, Nithyananda Vidhi. Blessings. With this, I am entering into today's satsang. Paramashiva's direct message from I am trying to translate the word avyakta as void, the word avyakta as void state of manifestation. I want to speak to you about the void because unless you understand the avyakta, you will not understand the mystery of creation. Only when you understand about the unmanifest, you will understand how the manifestation happens. The avyakta void is not a place in space, and it is not a point on the clock. The void is state of consciousness. If it is the stillness before form and the silence before the manifestation, it is the deep inward threshold where the world begins to fade, where the senses loosen their hold, and where you are no longer bound by the evidence of what already is. Ramakrishna calls this space Bhava Samadhi, where the form and formlessness meet. Mandukya Upanishad explains Nanta Prajnam, Na Bahish Prajnam, No Bayata Prajnam, Na Prajnanaganam, Na Prajnam, Na Prajnam. Adrishtam, Avyayam, Haryam, Agrahya, Maya, Agrahyam, Alakshanam, Chintyam, Avya, Padeshyam, Ekatma Pratyasaram, Prapanchobasamam, Santam, Shivam Advaitam, Chaturtam, Manyantesa, Atma Savigneyaha. He who is neither inward wise nor outward wise, nor both inward and outward wise, nor wisdom self-gathered, nor possessed of wisdom, nor imposed of wisdom, he who is unseen, incommunicable, unseizable, featureless, unthinkable and unnameable, whose essentiality is awareness of the self in its single existence, in whom all phenomena dissolve, who is calm, who is good, who is the one than whom there is no other. Him they deem the fourth. He is the self, he is the object of knowledge. Listen. This is the strongest, longest, most detailed Upanishadic description of the formless avyakta, silent beyond inner and outer awareness state. When you hear the word void, you must not think of emptiness or something dead or barren. No. That is why void is a very poor word for avyakta. Understand as unmanifest. The void is not lifeless nothingness. It is fullness without a form. It is pure potential before it hardens into fact. It's an unseen ground where all the things exist before they appear. In the outer world, everything seems fixed, but in the void, everything is still open and responsive. Many go wrong because they try to change life while remaining on the surface of the mind. They try to create while still completely immersed in the problem. They look at the condition and react to condition, fear the condition, and then attempt to produce a new result from that same level of consciousness. You cannot transform anything if you remain identified with the noise of the outer world. If you would create something new, you must go deeper than the waking mind. You must withdraw from appearance and enter the place where appearances are born. That place is void. When you hear the word void, you need to understand this unmanifest concept of avyakta. Unmanifest. Why? More detail. Kathopanishad describes Yada vanchavadishtante jnanani manasasaha buddhischa na viseshtate tamahu paramam gatim. When the five instruments of knowledge stand still together with the mind, and when the intellect does not move, that is called the supreme state, mere relaxation. Relaxation is only the beginning. Restful awareness, emotionally present but not charged, mentally present but not feverish, mind present without mental fever. You may be relaxed and still be fully aware of the room, the sounds, the body, and the worries of tomorrow. That's not void. The void begins when you withdraw your attention from the senses so deeply, that the outer world no longer holds you. Listen, Patanjali describes this state. Tata drashtu swarupe avasthanam vritti sarupya midaratraha. Tata drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam vritti sarup. Here, abiding in the self is what is described here as avyakta, unmanifest, void. You are not supposed to fight the senses, and you are not to strain against them. You simply stop attending to them. You let the body become still, heavy, and distant. You let the sounds of room drift into the background. You let the awareness of space itself begin to fade. You lose interest in the outer world and turn inward toward the silent center of being. Then there comes a delicate interval where you are not fully asleep and not entirely aware of this world. Gita says, Yata samharade chayam kurmonganiva sarvasaha indriyani indriyartebhya stasya prajna pratishtita. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 58th sloka. One who is able to withdraw the senses from their objects, just as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell, established in divine wisdom, you are aware, but the world no longer feels solid around you. The body is quiet, the senses are dim, and the mind is no longer arguing as it did in the waking state. This is the lull, this is the stillness, this is the threshold of creation, this is the void. Listen. There's a major difference between pre-Shankara Advaita and post-Shankara Advaita. Listen. Pre-Shankara, classical Advaita, and post-Shankara, Shankara Advaita. The major difference, you can see stark difference. Just Shankara's Guru, Govindapada, Govindapada's Guru, Gautapada. Gautapada's Mandukya Karika and Shankara's Bhashyas. There is a stark difference. I can say in a way, Shankara is talking to a different set of people and he has to present his arguments in a different way. So he is using a different words, or I can even say he has developed it for various sampradaya people to understand Advaita. Whatever word I may use to justify, interpret, but there's a big difference between pre-Shankara Advaita and post-Shankara Advaita. Maybe I'll have a separate satsang about it elaborately. So now understand about this void. This avyakta is the threshold of creation. By the practice of yoga, then the yogi is able to behold the soul through the purified mind and he rejoices in the inner joy. This state is important because consciousness becomes receptive there. In the waking condition, the mind is crowded with reaction, doubts, logic, memory, fear, and the constant testimony of senses. A potter, in those days, a potter makes toys also out of clay. A potter made a mice and elephant out of clay. Seeing both Vedanti argues this is also same clay, this is also same clay. Why you call it as mice and why you call it as elephant? The potter says because it is in that shape. Then the Vedanti asks, can you make this mice into elephant? Potter said, yes. I can make this mice go back to the original form of clay, and out of that clay I can make elephant. This is the click. Get enlightened right now. You are a man made out of clay. You have to go back to that clay state, avyakta. Then from there you can make divine, whatever you want, that fulfilled, ultimate you. The present you has to go back to that clay state to become, to manifest as the ultimate you. The avyakta in the void, that noise begins to fall away. The world loses its pressure there. Problems lose their hardness there. The old state begins to loosen there. The old you is lost and the ultimate you is born. When the old state loosens, new state can be impressed for that acceptance. Because in the void of the mind, in the void, the mind is quite enough to receive and the senses are silent enough not to interfere. When you enter the void, you do not go there empty-handed. You go there with a clear decision and you manifest that from the avyakta void. Patanjali describes Tate varta matra nirbasam swarupa sunyamiva samadhi. When the object of meditation only shines forth in the mind, as though devoid of the thought of even the self who is meditating, that is called samadhi. Even the self who is meditating dissolves. That is called samadhi. You must take you to that avyakta state. You must take with you the end, not the struggle. You must take with you the fulfilled state, not the process of getting there. You must reduce your broken mind to one simple natural moment that would be true if your wish were already realized. You should not concern yourself with how it will happen. You should not rehearse the chain of events. You should not ask by what means the world will rearrange itself. You simply choose the result. You choose the reality already completed. Having chosen it, you enter the stillness and allow that fulfilled moment to arise within you. You do not force the scene. You do not strain to visualize with unnatural intensity, emotionally charged. You let it come gently by being emotionally present. It may be faint at first. It may be simple, but that does not matter. The power is not in perfect imagery. The power is in inner acceptance. The power is in feeling the reality of what is being assumed. You must feel that you are there. You must feel that it is so. You must feel the naturalness of the wish fulfilled. This is the secret of Avyakta void. It receives what it feels real in conscious. It does not respond to pleading. It does not respond to panic. It does not respond to wavering, desire mixed with fear. It responds to inward conviction. It responds to the quiet assumption that the thing is already done. When you enter that threshold, you do not ask as the one who is waiting, you assume as the one who knows. You should not take your problems into the Avyakta void and keep discussing them there. You should not enter that silence only to repeat the story of what is wrong. You should not use that sacred interval to magnify the condition you are trying to outgrow. If you carry the old state into the Avyakta void, you strengthen it. If you carry the fulfilled state into the void, so listen. In the outer world, things appear finished, settled, and already shaped. But in the Avyakta, reality is not yet hardened. In unmanifest, the reality is not yet hardened. In the unmanifest, you are nearer to cause than effect. In the unmanifest, you are no longer dealing with appearances, but with the level from which appearances emerge. That is why you must learn to become still enough to enter it consciously. When you do, you are no longer merely reacting to life. You are touching the level at which life is formed. Guru Madhye Stitam Vishwam. Vishwamadhye Stito Guruhu. Guruhu Vishwam. Na cha anyaha asti. Guru Madhye Stitam Vishwam. Vishwamadhye Stito Guruhu. Guruhu Vishwam. Nacha anya asti. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. So understand, Guru Gita beautifully says, the Guru abides in universe, universe abides in Guru. I tell you, every day you are also reaching that moment before you fall asleep. That is why I repeat, the moment before sleep is precious. Every night you are already moving toward the void. Every night the body releases. Every night the senses begin to withdraw. Prajnam na upayataha prajnam na prajnanaganam, na prajnam, na aprajnam, adrushtam, avyaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam, avyabadeshyam, egatma, pratyayasaram, prapancha upasamam, shantam, shivam, advaitam, chaturtam manyante, sa atma, sa vigneyaha. So understand? That state which I described, which is described in Mandukya Upanishad, he who is neither inward, aware, or wise, means knowing. The action of knowing is mentioned here as the wise. He who is neither inward knowing nor outward knowing, nor both inward and outward knowing, nor wisdom self-gathered, nor possessed of information, nor unpossessed of information, he who is unseen and incommunicable, unseizable, featureless, unthinkable, and unnameable, whose essentiality is awareness of the self in its single existence, in whom all phenomena dissolve, who is calm, who is good, who is the one, then whom there is no other. Him they deem the fourth. He is the self. He is the object of knowledge. Once the impression has been made, you let it rest. Once the impression has been made, you let it rest. You let it descend into the deeper level of being. You let it unfold in its own appointed way. This is why patience becomes natural when the void has truly been entered. When you have impressed the deeper mind, something in you settles, something in you knows. Listen, the true work is not in outward strain, the true work is in inward acceptance. Nowhere is that acceptance deeper and more powerful or more complete than in the unmanifest Avyakta. You must also understand that the unmanifest is not far from you. It is not when you lie down, do not merely prepare for sleep, prepare for creation, to manifest your ultimate. Let the body be still, let the outer world fade, let the senses loosen their hold, enter that inward, quiet, where thoughts lose and awareness deepens, where even words become like weightlifting, difficult. Even carrying a word feels like farmers carry. Then bring before you, but as something present. Feel it as real, feel it as natural, feel it as yours. While the world falls away, let that assumption remain. You should just be emotionally present and practice this gently in a very relaxed way with a deep shraddha. No need to be emotionally charged. You should not approach it with anxiety as though effort could open the door. The void opens when you release, when you withdraw, when you cease clinging to the evidence of the senses. It is entered through inward surrender, but once entered, it becomes the chamber of creation. There, you are no longer a victim of conditions. There, you are no longer bound by what has been. There, you stand at the threshold where the unseen becomes seen. The void is the womb of form. It is the silence out of which reality is born. It is the place where the old state can be left behind and the new ultimate state can be accepted before the world has any evidence of it. You are not escaping reality. When you enter the void, you are entering the level where reality is made. So do not fear the stillness. Do not rush past the threshold. Do not remain on the surface struggling with the shadows. Go inward. Become quiet. Release the world. Enter the void. Take with you the feeling that your desire is already fulfilled. Plant it there in silence. Rest in it. Sleep in it. Let creation respond from the depth where all things begin. Yatra uparamade chittam niruttam yoga sevaya yatra cha eva atmana atmanam pashyan atmani dushyati. Gita's 6th chapter, 20th verse. When the mind restrained from material activities becomes still by the practice of yoga, then the yogi is able to behold the soul through the purified mind and he rejoices in the inner joy. Tat eva artamatra nirbasam swarupa sunyam iva samadhi. When the object of meditation only shines forth in the mind as though devoid of the thought of even the self who is meditating, that is called samadhi. As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, Somaskanda Murti, Sishyabhava Murti, I bless you all with Paramadvaita. All the Paramashiva Sena program participants in Kailasa, Tiruvannamalai and Guinea-Bissau, I initiate all of you into living Advaita. Today's message from Kailasa, directly from Paramashiva. Your breath, breathing as direct manifestation tool as I was telling in last few satsangs, I am not going to give you any excuse not to manifest, because your mind tries its best to find an excuse. Even if I ask for 3 minutes time, no, I don't have 3 minutes to manifest what I want. I am too busy without business. I am too fast to reach the goal. Man called his wife in the car. Asked her the direction for the San Antonio beach. I think I should make it neutral or universal. He asked for the direction for the beach. She said, drive straight. In 20 miles, you will get a beach you wanted to go. He drove. After 40 miles, he has not reached. He again called the wife and asked, I am driving, already I drove 40 miles. I have not reached the beach. She asked, did you not see any board in the 20 miles? He said, yes, beach left. Then I thought that beach has left, so I am driving. You are too fast to reach your goal. Sometimes you need to see with involvement and patience. So anything I ask, you are going to give some reason not to manifest. Now, I'm not going to ask any separate time. I am only asking you to use your breath, because everyone who is listening to this satsang is breathing. You may be rich, you may be poor, you may be healthy, you may be unhealthy, you may be from a different religion, caste, nation, whatever, philosophy, ideology, believer, non-believer, but all of you are breathing. You can just use your breathing to manifest. Today, Paramashiva is revealing one of the most powerful manifestation tool, whether to enter into avyakta state, that unmanifest state, or to manifesting through the Trikala Sandhya. For all techniques and methods, the most important instrument to help you enter into that state, the most powerful tool, sitting literally right under your nose, your breath. The very thing keeping you alive may be also one of the most overlooked keys to unblocking the subconscious mind, rewriting your reality. regulating your nervous system and aligning your inner state with what you call as manifestation. But when you look at Vedic Sanatana Hindu Dharma, our Vedagamic breath practices, nervous system regulation, and the way mind responds to safety and sensation, one thing becomes clear. Our ancient rishis and masters knew breath is far more than oxygen. They mastered the art of using breath to manifest. It's a bridge between body and mind, between conscious intention and subconscious programming, between stress and coherence, between not consistently practicing and repenting, I should have started much earlier. See, today you will not do practice, tomorrow you will not plan for practicing, but you will feel, oh, I should have started all this much earlier. I wasted so much time. श्वास, मन, शरीर, अवचेतन और मैनिफेस्टेशन को जोड़ने वाला एक गुप्त फूल है। प्राचीन हिंदू ज्ञान श्वास को परिवर्तन का एक शक्तिशाली साधन मानता है। श्वास में பிரபஞ்சம் நம்மீது வைத்திருக்கும் விசுவாசம், நாம் பிரபஞ்சத்தின் மீது வைத்திருக்கும் விசுவாசம். பிரபஞ்சம் நம்மீது விசுவாசிப்பதை நிறுத்தினாலும் சுவாசம் நின்று போகும். நாம் பிரபஞ்சத்தை விசுவாசிப்பதை நிறுத்தினாலும் சுவாசம் நின்று போகும். பிரபஞ்சம் நம்மை விசுவாசிப்பதை நிறுத்தினால் உள் செல்லும் சுவாசம் நின்று போகும். நாம் பிரபஞ்சத்தை விசுவாசிப்பதை நிறுத்தினால் வெளிச்செல்லும் சுவாசம் நின்று போகும். நன்றாக புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். சுவாசம் நமக்கும் பிரபஞ்சத்திற்கும் இடையிலே இருக்கின்ற நெருக்கமான விசுவாசத்தின் இயக்கம். உயிர் வாழ்வதற்காக பிரபஞ்சத்தை விசுவாசிக்கின்ற நாம், நம்புகின்ற நாம் விரும்புவதை வெளிப்படுத்துவதற்கு மட்டும் ஏன் நம்பத் தயங்குகின்றோம்? அறிவின்மை மட்டுமல்லாது அறிவின்மையை பகுத்தறிவு என்கின்ற பெயரால் காட்டும் கொடூரமான திராவிஷத்தனத்தால் மூளைச்சலவை செய்யப்பட்டிருப்பதனால் பிரபஞ்சத்தை நாம் விசுவாசிப்பதையும் பிரபஞ்சம் நம்மை விசுவாசிப்பதையும் பற்றி புரிந்து கொள்ளாமலேயே வாழ்ந்து வாழ்விழக்கின்றோம். நன்றாக புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். பிரபஞ்சத்தின் மீது நம்பிக்கை வைத்த ஒருவனை ஏமாற்றவும், வஞ்சிக்கவும், கட்டுப்படுத்தவும், அடக்கி ஆளவும் இயலாது. அதனால்தான் உலகம் முழுக்க உங்களை அடக்கி ஆள நினைக்கின்ற, அடிமையாக வைத்திருக்கின்ற நினைக்கின்ற எல்லா அமைப்புகளுமே உங்களுக்கு நேரடியாக பிரபஞ்சத்தின் மீது விசுவாசம் ஏற்படுவதை அனுமதிக்கவே மாட்டார்கள். most people are walking around trapped in chronic fight or flight. They are stressed, reactive, breathing shallow, and wondering why affirmations, visualizations, and vision boards don't seem to work. The problem often is not just mindset, it's biology. When the autonomic nervous system is chaotic, the RAS, reticular activating system, is not scanning for opportunities, miracles, or possibilities. It is scanning for threats, problems, and limitations. In that state, manifestation feels impossible. But shift the breath and you shift the nervous system. Shift the nervous system and the subconscious become more receptive and super conscious. Shift the subconscious and your inner reality begins to organize differently. Shift the subconscious and your inner reality begins to organize differently. What I am telling you now is not self-help language. This is where breath, just carbon dioxide regulation, vagal tone, parasympathetic activation, alpha brainwave states, and your nadi channels like Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna all start overlapping. Breath, carbon dioxide regulation, vagal tone, parasympathetic activation, alpha brainwave states, and your nadi channels like Ida, Pingala, Sushumna all starts overlapping. And once you understand that, breath stops being automatic, survival, and becomes tool for transformation. Once you understand that, breath stops being automatic survival and becomes a tool for transformation. दना और उतली लान से इंसान को सर्वाइवल मोड में फंसा दे दी है, सचेत श्वास नर्वस सिस्टम को शांत कर अवचेतन को नई संभावनाओं के लिए गोलती है. அட்டாங்க யோகம் அறிந்த மெஞ்ஞானிக்கு முட்டாங்கம் எதுக்கடி, குதம்பாய் முட்டாங்கம் எதுக்கடி, மாங்காய் பாலுண்டு மலைமேல் இருப்போர்க்கு தேங்காய்ப்பால் எதுக்கடி, குதம்பாய் தேங்காய்ப்பால் எதுக்கடி. சொல்வதை நன்றாக புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். அட்டாங்க யோகம் அறிந்த மெஞ்ஞானி முட்டாங்கம் எதுக்கடி அப்படின்னா, உலகத்தோடு முட்டி மோதி ஒன்றை அடைந்தே ஆக வேண்டிய அங்கங்கள் நமக்கு தேவையில்லை. அட்டாங்க யோகத்தை அறிந்து விட்டால், அப்போ அட்டாங்க யோகத்தை அறிந்துவிட்டால் அடைய வேண்டியவைகளெல்லாம் உங்களை தேடி வரும். நீங்கள் எதை தேடியும் முட்டி மோதி அலைய வேண்டிய தேவையில்லை. நான் ஒரு நிலை பொருளை தருகின்றேன். அதுக்கு மேல் ஆழ்நிலை பொருளை அடுத்தடுத்து இங்கு விளக்குகின்றேன். இப்போதைக்கு இதை புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். மாங்காய் பாலுண்டு, மாங்காய்னா உச்சந்தலை, மண்டைக்காய் பால் அமிர்தம். நம்முடைய சுவாசம் துவாதசாந்தத்தை அடையும் பொழுது சகசிராரத்திலே பொங்குகின்ற அமிர்தமான மாங்காய் பால் உண்டு மலைமேல் இருப்போர்க்கு, கைலாச நிலையிலேயே இருப்போர்க்கு தேங்காய்ப்பால் எதுக்கடி? தேன், காய், பால். அதாவது 3 விதமான உணவுகளை தேங்காய்ப்பால் என்கின்ற ஒரு வார்த்தையிலே சொல்லுகின்றார். காய்கறிகள், பூமியிலிருந்து விளைகின்ற காய்கறிகள், காட்டிலே இருந்து சேகரிக்கப்படுகின்ற தேன், விலங்குகளிடமிருந்து வருகின்ற பால், இந்த 3 விதமான உணவுகளும் இல்லாமல் வாழலாம். இந்த சுவாசத்தின் ஞானத்தை பெற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். I'll give you an example. The Galapagos tortoise outlives almost every other creature on the planet. The reason is not just luck or genetics. The secret lies in its breath. This giant tortoise breathes only 4 times per minute. Only 4 times per minute. Just 4, that's all. Each inhale and exhale is slow, deliberate, and deeply efficient. That kind of breathing supports carbon dioxide balance, calms the autonomic nervous system, and keeps the body in sustained parasympathetic state. Rest and digest. That rhythm helps keep its system regulated, its stress low, and its energy conserved. In Vedagamic scriptures, repeatedly it says, life force is flowing smoothly through its energy channels or nadis. Listen carefully. In Vedagamic scriptures, the Vedagamic scriptures say its life force is flowing smoothly through its energy channel or nadis. And it gets even more fascinating. Listen. This slow breathing creates what feels like a divine pause, a gap where time seems to slow down. Time stops working on you. In that pause, the brain can settle into calmer, more regenerative states. The system becomes less cluttered with stress signals and more available for healing, clarity, balance. Humans have the same machinery, but most people are too stuck in shallow, frantic survival breathing to access it. Galapagos, कछुआ धीमी श्वास के कारण शांत और संतुलित रहता है, इसलिए वह लंबा जीवन जीता है। इंसान भी धीमी श्वास और सचेत सांसों से उपचार और स्पष्टता प्राप्त कर सकता है. நன்றாக புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். திருமூலர் குறைந்தபட்சம் 10 இடத்திலே சொல்லுகின்றார், நம்முடைய சுவாசம்தான் கடவுள், சுவாசம்தான் உயிர், சுவாசம்தான் அனைத்தையும் அடையக்கூடியதற்கான வழி, முக்திக்கே மார்க்கம் சுவாசம்தான் அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். சுவாசத்திற்கு திருமூலர் கொடுத்ததைப் போல மிக உயர்ந்த இடத்தை வேறு யாரும் அளிக்கவும் இல்லை. திருமூலர் சொன்ன அளவிற்கு சுவாசத்தை பற்றிய பரம ரகசியங்களை வேறு யாரும் வெளிப்படுத்தவும் இல்லை. That's a missing link. Breath is a bridge between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Most people breathe like they are being chased by invisible lions. Shallow chest breathing, fast breathing, anxious breathing. You are all so much bothered about your nightmares and you are forgetting whole day you are having daymares inside. You are literally living with your daymares. That keeps the nervous system locked in survival. When that happens, the RAS, reticular activating system, stays hyper focused on danger, scarcity, and what is wrong. No wonder manifestation feels far away. But when you breathe deeply and intentionally, especially the belly, something changes. You activate the parasympathetic nervous system. The body begins to feel safe, and the subconscious responds far more to safety, sensation, imagery, rhythm, and feeling than it does to forced words and mental effort. The subconscious mind responds far more to safety, sensation, imagery, rhythm, and feeling than it does to forced words and mental effort. That is why breathwork can become such powerful doorway. It's like telling the subconscious, you are safe now. You can release, you can receive, you can create. And this is where the power of vibration starts to come in. As the nervous system settles, your internal state shifts. Your energy is no longer resonating with the stress and contradiction, but with clarity, openness, gratitude, love, abundance, whatever intention you are cultivating. Visualization becomes more vivid. Affirmations start landing deeper, and manifestation stops feeling like a theory and starts feeling embodied. गहरी पेट से ली गई श्वास शरीर को डर से सुरक्षा की अवस्था में ले जाती है। यह मैनिफेस्टेशन को भी आसान बना दी है। शांत ऊर्जा मन कल्पना और सकारात्मक वचनों को मजबूत करती है। Because here is the truth. Listen. ஆழ்ந்து புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். தமிழ்ல ஒரு பழமொழி சொல்லுவோம், தும்ப விட்டு வாழ பிடிக்கிறதுன்னு. உங்க மனம் ஒரு ஜல்லிக்கட்டு காளை மாதிரி அப்படின்னா அதோட மூக்கணாங்கயிறான தும்பை தான் உங்களுடைய சுவாசம். மூக்கணாங்கயிறை பிடிச்சு நிறுத்தினா ஜல்லிக்கட்டு காளையை ரொம்ப ஈஸியா நிறுத்திட முடியும். மூக்கணாங்கயிறு, தும்பக்கயிறு, மூக்கணாங்கயிறுங்கிறது அதனுடைய மூக்கையும் தலையையும் இணைக்கிற கயிறு, அதான் தும்பைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதை விட்டுட்டோம்னா வாலை பிடிச்சா ஜல்லிக்கட்டு காளையை நிறுத்த முடியாது. அதே மாதிரிதான் நம்முடைய சுவாசம் நமக்கு இருக்கிற மூக்கணாங்கயிறு நம்ம மனசுக்கு. ஆனா நாம நம்மளுக்கு நாமளே சொல்லிக்கிற வார்த்தைகள் வெறும் வால் மாதிரி தான். நீங்க எத்தனாயிரம் நான் அம்பானியாவேன், நான் அதானியாவேன், நான் பணக்காரனாவேன் உட்காந்து வார்த்தைங்களால உங்க மனசை அரிச்சுட்டு இருந்தீங்கன்னா அது தும்ப விட்டுட்டு வாழ பிடிக்கிறது. நான் சுவாசத்தை பிடித்து சுவாசத்தோடு சேர்ந்து உங்களுடைய அஃபர்மேஷனை உள்ள அனுப்புனீங்கன்னா அது தும்பை பிடித்து காளையை அடக்குவதற்கு சமம். ரொம்ப ஈஸியா அடக்கிடலாம். Roughly 95% of your thoughts, patterns and behaviors are driven by the subconscious mind. Conscious mind likes to think it is in control, but it is often just the tip of the iceberg. The deeper programming underneath is what is actually steering so much of your life. And the subconscious does not really respond to logic the way the conscious mind does. It responds to sensation, to emotion, to imagery, to repetition, to energetic tone. That is why breath matters so much. Each inhale and exhale can become a signal to the subconscious. When the breath is regulated, when the nervous system is regulated, the RAS stops scanning for threats and starts becoming more open to possibilities. Vagal tone improves. Safety increases. The body becomes more receptive. And when the body feels safe, the subconscious opens. And that is when you can plant new intentions more deeply through visualization, emotionally charged affirmations, and focused inner experience. मानव व्यवहार का अधिकांश भाग अवचेतन नियंत्रित करता है। यह तर्क से अधिक भावनाओं पर प्रतिक्रिया देता है। संतुलित श्वास नई सकारात्मक विश्वासों को गहराई से स्थापित करती है। சுவாச விஸ்வாச நிஸ்வாசம் அனைத்தும் கடந்து நிர்விகல்ப சமாதியில் நிலை பெற சுவாசம் மிகப்பெரிய பாலமாக அமையும். Now let's go even deeper. There is an idea found in ancient traditions that breath is not only physical but energetic. That is why all yoga shastras, yogic scriptures call breath as prana, life. Ancient yogis described a network of subtle channels called nadis that govern the flow of life force or prana. Three are especially important: Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. Ida is associated with cooling, intuitive, lunar energy. Pingala is associated with activating logical and solar energy. Sushumna is the central channel, the one associated with balance, higher awareness, and more integrated state of being. When Ida and Pingala are out of balance, which is common when someone is chronically stressed, the nervous system stays chaotic. You may swing between overthinking and emotional overwhelm, tension and fatigue, agitation and collapse. But rhythmic, intentional breathing can help bring these forces into balance. And when they come into sync, Sushumna Nadi is activated, creating a state of deeper clarity, presence, and receptivity. That is when breath stops being just an air and starts feeling like alignment. योग परंपरा में श्वास को इडा, पिंगला और सुषुम्ना नाड़ियों में बहने वाली ऊर्जा माना गया है. संतुलित श्वास इन नाड़ियों को सामंजस्य में लाती है. இடகலை, பிங்கலை, சுஷும்னை நாடிகளைப் பற்றி சித்தர்கள் விரிவாக விளக்குகின்றார்கள். அவர்களை பொறுத்தவரை, சித்தர்களை பொறுத்தவரை சுவாசம் செயல் அல்ல, உயிர். சுவாசம் நிகழ்வு அல்ல, கடவுள். சுவாசம் வெறும் ஏதோ உடலின் சில உறுப்புகளுடைய இயக்கம் அல்ல, பிரபஞ்சத்தையே நாம் அடைகின்ற பிராணன். Listen. Paramashiva has directly revealed more than 10 million meditation techniques across various scriptures, but that all of them ultimately point toward the same goal, samadhi, complete absorption, where separation dissolves and effort falls away. There is one very powerful technique revealed by Paramashiva in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. The breath can be used not only to calm the mind, but to move awareness between two specific centers, the navel and the Ajna chakra, the third eye. Navel is Manipuraga and Ajna is third eye. Nabi chakre kaya vyuha jnanam. Patanjali Yoga Sutras, 3rd chapter, 29th verse. Do the samyama on the navel chakra, knowledge of the organization of the body will be revealed. When the knowledge of the organization of the body is revealed, you will have the knowledge of the whole Brahmanda. Why the navel? Because in navel is very closely connected to creation itself. In Hindu cosmology, there are multiple references which says Brahma, the creator, emerges from Vishnu's navel. That is why Vishnu is called Vatmanabha, the lotus navel. The navel is a foundational center of creation and sustenance. Even biologically, your navel was your first connection to life in the womb. And whole Tibetan Buddhism, Om Mani Padmeham, Om Mani Padmeham, Om Mani Padmeham. Meditating on navel lotus, Arunachala is Manipuraga Sthala. Then understand the importance of your Manipuraga navel. The navel is foundational center of creation and sustenance. Even biologically, your navel was your first connection to life in the womb. Every human being developed through that center. Without it, there is no physical life. That is why some traditions call the navel a profound power center, even the body's first brain. It's the original center of nourishment, connection, and life force and all manifestation. So when you combine breath with focused attention on the navel and the third eye, you are linking spiritual vision with the physical anchoring, higher intention with embodied creation. प्राचीन शिक्षाओं में श्वास द्वारा नाभि और दीही आंख को जोड़कर उच्च चेतना जगाई जाती है। नाभि को जीवन शक्ति का मुख्य केंद्र माना गया है। தலங்களுள் அருணாச்சலம் திருவண்ணாமலை மணிப்பூரகத் தலமாக விளங்குகின்றது. மூலாதாரமாக திருவாரூர், சுவாதிஷ்டானமாக திருவானைக்காவல், மணிப்பூரகமாக திருவண்ணாமலை, அநாகதமாக சிதம்பரம், விசுத்தியாக காளஹஸ்தி, ஆஞ்ஞையாக வாரணாசி, சகசிராரமாக கைலாசம், சகசிராரத்தையும் தாண்டிய துவாதசாந்த தலமாக மதுரை. மதுரையை கைலாசத்துக்கும் ஒரு படி மேல வைக்கிறாங்க. காரணம் என்னன்னா, ஜீவன் ஏறி ஒவ்வொரு ஆதாரங்களாக மேலேறி பரம்பொருளோடு சாயுஜ்யமாக ஒன்றி கலந்து விடுவது கைலாசம். பரம்பொருள் அவதார புருஷனாக இறங்கி வந்தது மதுரை. அதனால துவாதசாந்தத்திலிருந்து பெருமான் இறங்கி வருகின்றார் மதுரைக்கு சொக்கநாதராக அவதார புருஷனை நிர்விகல்ப சமாதி நிலைக்கும் உயர்ந்த நிலையிலே சனாதன இந்து தர்மம் வைக்கின்றது. ராமகிருஷ்ணர் அழகான கதை சொல்வாரு. ஒரு பெரிய செவர் இருந்தது. ஒவ்வொருத்தனா ஏறி பார்த்தானா அந்த பக்கம் அவ்வளவு பெரிய சொர்க்கமா இருந்தது. ஆன்னு கத்திட்டு அந்த பக்கமா குதிச்சு சொர்க்கத்திலே இருந்துட்டாங்களாம். ஒரே ஒருத்த மட்டும் அந்த பக்கம் சொர்க்கத்தை பார்த்து விட்டு இந்த பக்கம் திரும்பவும் வந்து இங்க இருக்கவங்களெல்லாம் கூட்டு போகணும்னு அழைச்சிட்டு போனானா. அங்கிருந்து வந்து அழைச்சிட்டு போற இந்த பெரிய வியாதி, பெரிய தலைவலி பிடிச்ச வேலை, அதை செய்பவர்களைத்தான் அவதார புருஷர்கள் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். இது எவ்வளவு பெரிய தலைவலின்னு வந்தவங்களை கேட்டு பாருங்க, சொல்லுவாங்க. இங்க வந்து அந்த பக்கம் வாயா அது சொர்க்கமா இருக்குன்னு சொன்னா, ஐயோ இங்க ஆள் கடத்துறான், ஆளை பிடிச்சிட்டு போறான் அப்படிம்பாங்க. என்ன பண்றது? ஆளை கடவுளாக்க அழைத்தால் ஆள் கடத்துகின்றோம் என்று வழக்கு தொடுக்கின்றார்கள் வம்பர்கள்.
Nithyanandam, on this auspicious day of Nithyananda Purnima, Kailasa would like to offer
Listen.
many different services and offerings at the lotus feet of
Paramashiva
the
has
Supreme Fount
directly
of
revealed
Hinduism,
more
Bhagavan
than
Sri
10
Nithyananda
million
Paramashivam,
meditation
as
techniques
a token of gratitude.
across
And
various
we would also like to
scriptures,
present to all of the viewers these new
but
offerings.
that all of them ultimately point toward the same goal, samadhi, complete absorption, where separation dissolves and effort falls away. There is one very powerful technique revealed by Paramashiva in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. The breath can be used not only to calm the mind but to move awareness between two specific centers, the navel and the Ajna chakra, the third eye. Navel is Manipuraga and Ajna is third eye. Nabi chakre kaya vyuha jnanam. Patanjali Yoga Sutras, 3rd chapter, 29th verse. Do the samyama on the navel chakra, knowledge of the organization of the body will be revealed. Listen. When the knowledge of the organization of the body is revealed, you will have the knowledge of the whole Brahmanda. Why the navel? Because in navel is very closely connected to creation itself. In Hindu cosmology, there are multiple references which says Brahma, the creator, emerges from Vishnu's navel. That is why Vishnu is called Batmanabha, the lotus navel. The navel is a foundational center of creation and sustenance. Even biologically, your navel was your first connection to life in the womb. And whole Tibetan Buddhism, Om Mani Padmeham, Om Mani Padmeham, Om Mani Padmeham. Meditating on navel lotus, Arunachala is Manipuraga Sthala. Then understand the importance of your Manipuraga. navel. The navel is foundational center of creation and sustenance. Even biologically, your navel was your first connection to life in the womb. Every human being developed through that center. Without it, there is no physical life. That is why some traditions call the navel a profound power center, even the body's first brain. It's the original center of nourishment, connection, and life force and all manifestation. So when you combine breath with focused attention on the navel and the third eye, you are linking spiritual vision with the physical anchoring, higher intention with embodied creation. प्राचीन शिक्षाओं में श्वास द्वारा नाभि और दीही आंख को जोड़कर उच्च चेतना जगाई जाती है। नाभि को जीवन शक्ति का मुख्य केंद्र माना गया है। தலங்களுள் அருணாச்சலம் திருவண்ணாமலை மணிப்பூரகத் தலமாக விளங்குகின்றது. மூலாதாரமாக திருவாரூர், சுவாதிஷ்டானமாக திருவானைக்காவல், மணிப்பூரகமாக திருவண்ணாமலை, அநாகதமாக சிதம்பரம், விசுத்தியாக காளஹஸ்தி, ஆஞ்ஞையாக வாரணாசி, சகசிராரமாக கைலாசம், சகசிராரத்தையும் தாண்டிய துவாதசாந்த தலமாக மதுரை. மதுரையை கைலாசத்துக்கும் ஒரு படி மேல வைக்கிறாங்க. காரணம் என்னன்னா, ஜீவன் ஏறி ஒவ்வொரு ஆதாரங்களாக மேலேறி பரம்பொருளோடு சாயுஜ்யமாக ஒன்றி கலந்து விடுவது கைலாசம். பரம்பொருள் அவதார புருஷனாக இறங்கி வந்தது மதுரை. அதனால துவாதசாந்தத்திலிருந்து பெருமான் இறங்கி வருகின்றார் மதுரைக்கு சொக்கநாதராக. அவதார புருஷனை நிர்விகல்ப சமாதி நிலைக்கும் உயர்ந்த நிலையிலே சனாதன இந்து தர்மம் வைக்கின்றது. ராமகிருஷ்ணர் அழகான கதை சொல்வாரு. ஒரு பெரிய செவர் இருந்தது. ஒவ்வொருத்தனா ஏறி பார்த்தானா அந்த பக்கம் அவ்வளவு பெரிய சொர்க்கமா இருந்தது. ஆன்னு கத்திட்டு அந்த பக்கமா குதிச்சு சொர்க்கத்திலே இருந்துட்டாங்களாம். ஒரே ஒருத்த மட்டும் அந்த பக்கம் சொர்க்கத்தை பார்த்து விட்டு இந்த பக்கம் திரும்பவும் வந்து இங்க இருக்கவங்களெல்லாம் கூட்டு போகணும்னு அழைச்சிட்டு போனானா. அங்கிருந்து வந்து அழைச்சிட்டு போற இந்த பெரிய வியாதி, பெரிய தலைவலி பிடிச்ச வேலை, அதை செய்பவர்களைத்தான் அவதார புருஷர்கள் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். இது எவ்வளவு பெரிய தலைவலின்னு வந்தவங்களை கேட்டு பாருங்க, சொல்லுவாங்க. இங்க வந்து அந்த பக்கம் வாயா அது சொர்க்கமா இருக்குன்னு சொன்னா, ஐயோயோ இங்க ஆள் கடத்துறான், ஆளை பிடிச்சிட்டு போறான் அப்படிமாங்க. என்ன பண்றது? ஆளை கடவுளாக்க அழைத்தால் ஆள் கடத்துகின்றோம் என்று வழக்கு தொடுக்கின்றார்கள் வம்பர்கள். Newborn baby shows us this naturally. Watch a sleeping baby. and you will notice the belly rising and falling deeply with every breath. Babies breathe from the belly. Their chest does not do all the work. They are breathing in a way that is relaxed, natural, and deeply connected to life. Somewhere along the way, most adults lose this. You begin breathing shallowly into the chest, barely using a fraction of your full capacity. And with that shift often comes more tension, disconnection, anxiety, and inner noise. So, one major key is simple returning to natural belly breathing. Science maps this closely to diaphragm breathing, a breathing pattern in which the diaphragm does most of the work. So the abdomen expands more than the chest during inhalation. बच्चे स्वाभाविक रूप से पेट से गहरी सांस लेते हैं. यही सही श्वास पद्धति है. पढ़ों को इस प्राकृत डायफ्रामेटिक ब्रीदिंग को फिर से सीखना चाहिए. மணிப்பூரகத்திலிருந்து சுவாசியுங்கள். அநாகதத்திலிருந்து அல்ல, மணிப்பூரகத்திலிருந்து சுவாசியுங்கள். There is another important aspect, the pause. I call it the divine pause. कुंभिता रेजिता माभि पूरिता वा यथा भवेत् तदन्ते शान्तनामासौ शक्त्या शान्तः प्रकाशते. Vijnana says, when that breath power is retained after inhale or even after exhale, at the end of that moment of stillness, the tranquil one, Shiva, manifests through that power. The 27th verse of Vijnana Bhairava. This is the moment between inhale and exhale. Especially the breath retention after inhaling. It may sound simple, but this pause is a powerful reset point. In that pause, the conscious mind briefly loses some of its usual grip. The overthinking mind quiets. The nervous system begins to shift. Carbon dioxide builds slightly, which can increase the blood flow and change how the system feels. Brain activity may settle toward calmer states like alpha, and in deeper relaxation, even theta. This is the one reason the pause can feel so potent. It becomes a tell, a moment where intention, sensation, and internal silence meet. And when you visualize in that gap, feel your desire as already done and feed the subconscious vivid emotional reality. In that gap, your inner programming becomes far more impressionable. सांसों के बीच का विराम मन को शांत करता और अवचेतन को अधिग्रहण करने योग्य बनाता है. इस क्षण में कि कई मन कल्पना इच्छाओं को गहराई से स्थापित करती है. சுவாசமும் நிஸ்வாசமும் உள் சுவாசமும் வெளி சுவாசமும் சந்திக்கின்ற அந்த புள்ளியிலே பரமசிவ பரம்பொருள் தன்னை முழுமையாக நமக்கு அளிக்கின்றார். உள்வெளி விளையாட்டுக்கு இடையிலே உள்ளிருப்பவனை காணலாம். உள்வெளி விளையாட்டுக்கு இடையில் உள் இருக்க கடவுள் காணலாம். கடந்து உள் இருக்க கண்டு அனுபவிக்கப்படுவதே கடவுள். This is where the Soham Mahavakya can amplify the process. On the inhale, silently add so. You don't even need to add. Actually, you just see so. You will understand it is already repeating the same. On the inhale, silently repeat so. On the exhale, silently repeat hum. So hum is means I am that. It's a mantra of identity, unity, and remembrance. Paired with the breath, it creates a rhythm. Visualization becomes more immersive, and energetically the mantra synchronizes Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna, while also raising your internal frequency. In simple terms, it helps the breath to become more than a physical act. It becomes a meditative current. Agadadi triregapcha sahasradala mandale amsavarshva trigonecha smaretan matyagam guru. Guru Gita says, residing in the center of the 1,000 petals is a divine triangle formed by the Sanskrit alphabet with the letter A, Ka, and Tala Mandale, Hamsabarshva Trigonecha, Smaraetan Madhyagam Gurum. சகசிராரத்திலே இந்த ஹம்ச மந்திரம் எங்கு இணைகின்றதோ ஹம் ச, இந்த மந்திரம் எங்கு இணைகின்றதோ அந்த இடத்திலே ஆ கா தா என்கின்ற 3 எழுத்துக்களாலான முக்கோணத்தின் நடுவிலே குருவை தியானிக்க குருகீதை சொல்லுது. सोहम मंत्र को श्वास को साथ जोड़ने से नर्वस सिस्टम शांत होता है और ज्ञान गहरा होता है. यह ऊर्जा मार्गों को संतुलित करता है. Now I will lead you all into the powerful breathing technique directly revealed by Paramashiva. The 111th breath manifestation technique. Listen. Vijnana Vairava Tantra very clearly says, Urtve prano hyato jivo visargatma parochare utpatti vidayasthani paranat varida stitihi. The Supreme Goddess constantly articulates as the life-giving flow of breath, prana. Exhale, rising up, and the jiva, inhale, the moment into embodiment, descending by passing at the two places where they arise and filling those points with silent awareness. One abides in the state of inner fullness, Bharita. 111 breath manifestation technique. Listen. This is not a mystical ritual for sages, but as a repeatable practice anyone can use to regulate the nervous system, focus the mind, and imprint the subconscious more deeply. Breath manifestation technique सचेत श्वास द्वारा मन, नर्वस सिस्टम और अवचेतन को संतुलित करने की एक विधि है. I'll prepare you now. Position. If sitting cross-legged, Padmasana does not work for you. Listen. You can always do it even by lying down. Nothing wrong. But being seated is recommended because you won't fall asleep. By lying down, instead of falling into samadhi, you may fall into nidra samadhi. But even that is okay because all over the world, millions are suffering without getting sleep. People ask me, Swamiji, the moment I sit for meditation, I fall asleep. I said, that is good. At least in that way you are getting sleep because millions are suffering, unable to sleep. So now use meditation as a technique, tool to fall asleep. So never worry if you fall asleep the moment you sit for meditation. That is good. At least sleep. The important thing is this. Be comfortable, be still, and keep the spine upright so the breath can move freely. रीढ़ को सीधा और शरीर को आरामदायक स्थिति में रखिए. Place one hand on the chest and one hand on your navel. You can keep right hand on chest, the navel, and the third eye. Awareness should be on the third eye. Almost as if the breath is connecting the navel and third eye. ध्यान नाभि पर रखिए और महसूस कीजिए कि श्वास नाभि और तीसरी आंख को जोड़ रही है। Step 3. Set a clear intention. Don't make it vague. Not just I want money. Instead, form a clear, emotionally resonant intention like I am abundance embodied. Moham. I am in tune with the highest frequency of life. So, अस्पष्ट इच्छाओं की जगह your navel hand should rise while the chest hand stays relatively still. Relatively still. This is crucial. You are relearning natural diaphragmatic breathing. सादी उठाने के बदले पेट को बेलाकर गहरी सांस लीजिए। यह प्राकृतिक श्वास पद्धति को वापस लाता है। Step 5. The divine pause. Hold the breath gently after the inhale. Like inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, two, three, 4. Inhale. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If 7 seconds feels too intense at first, you can shorten the hold into 5 or even 4 seconds is okay. The key is बल्कि संतुलन है. Visualization during the pause while holding the breath. Visualize your desire as vividly as possible. See it, feel it, taste it, own it, not as something far away, but as something already real. Let the body feel what it would feel like if it were already done. Blessings to every one of you. Blessings. Listen.
Me, what is intensity, what is integrity, and what is discipline.
Before coming, I twisted my left wrist during basketball game, and I barely can use my left hand. After few training, my hand can sustain my body weight, and now everything looks normal for my left hand.
Starting early in the morning with some yoga to move the body, then puja to move the spirit, then these talks that really dive into my subconscious mind to really get into these root patterns of my life and to really release that emotional charge once and for all from my being. In day 28, I am complete.
I think the biggest breakthroughs for me were like completion with my social circle, like my parents and relationships. So I really felt deep healing experiences. Also, I kind of manifested different powers. For example, I could do remote vision. Another thing that I manifested was body scanning. I would say the last thing that really touched me was how everything is so kind of personal. The whole experience, like people really attend to you, they care about you. You're not just a number in a program, but you're treated like a real being.
Yes. That's a very powerful vibrations, which is and Radha. And how to use to manifest what you want in your life. And also, yes, Nithyananda. Sorry for the technical glitch. So, Swami gives such very profound revelations on how to use to manifest what you want in your life, and also the world space, the Avyakta space, and healing technique. This pranayama, of course, Swamiji is given for us to manifest whatever you want in your life. And Swamiji gave a very beautiful example, which yes, sorry for that. Last what I was sharing was Swamiji gave one very beautiful example in Tamil. Swamiji said that those of the viewers who have not understood, I would like to say, Swamiji was saying in Tamil, gave an example of Jallikattu. Jallikattu is a bull race game, you know. It's a game which is mainly very popular in South India, especially in Tamil Nadu. And Swamiji very beautifully said that you know how to win this game. You should not tell the tail of the bull. No, you should the raisement. Same way, Swamiji said, for us to manifest what we want in our life, the tail is the words which we constantly use in our inner space. I want to become rich. I want to become rich. I want to become a millionaire. I want to become a billionaire. That's the words which you're continuously using in our inner space. But if you hold a tail, you will not raise. You will not manifest what you want. Breath. Swamiji says, hold of the breathing and you know how using breathing, using breath, you can actually manifest whatever we want. And Swamiji says fundamentally that as kids, when we were baby, we used to breathe from our belly. What sounds called from our belly. Swamiji very beautifully broke down, gave us the Shastra Pramana from the Vijnana Bhaivatantra, where Paramashiva very beautifully says how using breath, like keeping awareness in the navel center, you can actually manifest a point in your life. And Swamiji gave us a 9-step process to be done every single day to manifest your reality. At the end, what Swamiji said,
So today we are going to be manifesting the power of third eye reading.
so Pramana for this power is taken from the Vijnana Bhaivatantra. Sutra 31, Dharana 8, Paramashiva says, Tarya Purya Sumordhantam Bhakshetase Nirvikalpam Manah Kritva Sarvodhir Sarvabhedam thoughts, Nirvikalpam Mana. In that all-rising supreme state of Shiva showers the light, vision of all pervadingness. The next is the Pramana, which is taken from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verse 8, where Bhagavan Shri Krishna says to Arjuna, न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते Therefore I grant you the divine third eye vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. In the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna initiates Arjuna the power of third eye to behold Shri Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshan, the cosmic form of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. In the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita contains a detailed description of Bhagavan Shri Krishna's cosmic form as it is completely Arjuna as he sees Sri Krishna through his third eye. And the next is the Atma Pramana, which is taken from Swamiji's own life.
On the 1st of March 2015, Bhagavan revealed his experience that happened at the age of 11. The first experience that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degrees, the 10 directions below me, everything. I realized Not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience. I am actually feeling that experience is which I have noticed. Bhagavan continues to reveal that I felt that the skin of the stone on which I was sitting, the skin of the body, both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Both carry me equally, and in both I exist equally. The air, breeze, the setting sun, the rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, the shrubs, the trees, everything just became so alive. The idea something is inside, something is outside is completely lost. First, I was able to see all the 10 directions, 360 degrees. The next moment itself, I noticed not only I'm able to see, I'm able to experience all of that as me.
And now, with that said, we are entering into the power manifestation. So now we request all the people to relax. Power manifestation, because when we are sitting with Swamiji, we are literally mirroring the neurons of Swamiji's neurons. We are sitting in entanglement, quantum entanglement with Swamiji. So whatever is happening in Swamiji's body, all initiations, right, that directly gets transmitted within us just by looking at Swamiji or listening to the words of Swamiji or getting the touch by Swamiji himself directly. So now I request all of you to please tie your eyes, sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Remember Swamiji in your third eye. Viewers and the participants, this is an image for all of you. It's all of you to ask Swamiji to reveal what is this image is all about. You will see the colors, you may feel the picture, you may smell it, you may taste it, in whichever way. It's all of you to just observe it. Because it is innovative, it is Swamiji manifesting. Once all of this is open, guys, start reviewing.
And you mention what colors you saw, like Mamarija said, what colors you saw, what objects you saw, describe the scene that appeared in your third eye in as much detail and what everything please mention in as much detail as possible in the chat.
Yes. Also here, physically here in Kailasa, Guinea-Bissau, all of you also could um,
Recording stopped.
image for all the participants. So that image which you projected for all of you, it's a picture of daisy flowers. So over here, it's a picture of white color, white daisy flowers and full of many different flowers of the same kind and a little bit of sunshine on it. So if you've gotten flower, white color, yellow, green, and you smelled like flower, especially like flower type or a daisy flower, you have manifested this flower. Yes.
So we come to the conclusion of this power manifestation session. And coming events, we have the Paramashivam program coming up on the 1st of July, the 1st of August, which is the info/PSS. Again, it's eastern.info/PSS. Whatever we have been learning about these various principles of manifestation, and also to go in depth into completely, if you want to rewrite your blueprint, you want to completely delete and rewrite your past, this 31-day program is the place for you. So take the 31 days break, come here and learn and to complete with all your incompletions, delete, rewrite your past so you can manifest life as you want and become a member of Kailasa's Rajsabha by participating in the upcoming Paramashivam program. And also included in this Paramashivam program is the very special festival of Guru Purnima, which is falling on the 29th of July. We have the very sacred Purnima celebrations coming up. And on the day of Guru Purnima, we are going to be having live satsang by Swamiji, Pratyaksha Pada Puja, Tulabharam, so many different festivities, rituals, various pujas, offerings being performed by Kailasas all over the world on the sacred occasion of Guru Purnima. So I'd like to invite each and every one of you to join us for the Guru Purnima celebrations. So with that, we come to the end of today's segment and see you all for tomorrow's live satsang at 9:30 a.m. EST. We'll be concluding this segment with a Purna mantra.
Om Namah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Mastu Om Nithyanandam.
Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Thank you, Nithyanandam.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षिसुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूतद्राविडवेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान् गीयमानछत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादिसमस्तबिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्घसद्यो निर्वाणदीक्षाव्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराजपाण्ड्यमहाराज गुरु क्षपणशाक्यादिमहान्धकारनिवारणज्ञानभानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदनपूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वजस्थापक शैवसमयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिकस्वामि वागीशसुन्दरमाणिक्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरियोगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदिकैलास नित्यानन्दपीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठकर्तः साक्षात् श्रीपरमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती शिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्य सच्चिदानन्द प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवच्छ्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।